What's happening YouTube? Jake from MacArthur Motorsport here. We have a bit of an interesting one today. We've got a 2011 LLT powered VE Commodore SV6. Customer's brought it in for a custom tune today, but has let me know he's got E10 fuel in it. So we've strapped it on a dyno, and I figured we might test the effects of Octane booster. So I've got some, oh boy, focus, come on. There we go. So I've got some Newline Octane booster. I like this one. I've used it a couple of times. It seems to help pretty well when we've seen some knock in previous cars we've tuned. So what I want to test today is with the data log, I want to see what spark does, what the knock retard does, and if anything else is a little bit funky due to the poor quality fuel. So like I said, he's got E10 in it. And we're just basically want to test, is there a difference in power depending on what fuel you've got, and does Octane booster work? So we'll get stuck in. Let's go for a rundown on what just happened there. So first run, we've got stock tune, no Octane booster, E10 fuel. We can see this red line here is knock. It's pulling a fair bit of timing, so it's requesting minus 7.5 degrees basically off of the top of total timing, which results in 12.5, which is pretty low. What else are we looking at here? I can see from experience that these numbers here are pretty low, so we'll look over at the dyno, and that confirms it there. So you've got AFR on this side, so this line sort of starts at the 14.4. Let's get the engine RPM. So at 2000 RPM, basically it drops down by the time you hit 5200. And if we look, where do we start seeing knock? 4200. So we're seeing knock somewhere here, and it's probably because really the mixture's super lean. So that could be the ethanol in the fuel. It's causing a lean situation. Generally with ethanol, you want to bump up your the fuel injection amount just due to ethanol burning different. You need more volume of fuel to be able to get the same burn as regular petrol. So we can see 159 kilowatt, that's not that bad, which means we've probably got a fair bit of power left in the car, considering it's still got a stock intake. We do have to do an OT on it by the time we do a final tune on it today. So what we'll do is we'll take this data, we'll note it down, we'll add the Octane booster. I'll run it through the car for 5 to 10 minutes rolling on the dyno. we'll try and get the car back to similar air temps and coolant temps. Then we'll send it for another run and see what it does. Alright guys, here is test number 2. So we have, it's still on a stock tune, stock intake. It has the E10 fuel in it, but we've now added the Octane booster. Check that out. That's pretty, oh god, focus. It's pretty conclusive right there. It brought the fuel down, so it richened the fuel, having the booster in there, and then we made pretty much more power the whole way along. 20 kilowatt. Just in a change of fuel, and that's without tuning it. So we're going to now jump in there, make some changes to the tune. So we did notice it's still got some sort of knock happening. Whether or not that's false knock, it's definitely lessened than what it was before. It's got a couple extra degrees of timing in it. So we'll get in there and see if it is false knock. If it is, we'll correct it. It's probably got a broken engine mount. It's really common in these cars. So we'll get that sorted. We'll finish off the tune and see what we end up with. There we have it. That's final tune with OTR, Octane booster. It still has the E10 in it obviously, but we've put the booster in it to help it out. There's our final power figure, 192 kilowatts.